A lot of you guys wanted to know about why you can't focus, or how can you stay focused when you're doing something, particularly in the context of 3D modeling. You want to know why you lose focus, whether it's short-term focus or long-term focus, whatever. You guys just wanted to know why you can't focus on something, and how can you stay focused on something. And when you guys ask me this type of stuff, I'm just wondering, why is it that you ask me this question? What do you think what kind of answer do you think I have for you? Well, obviously I have some kind of answer, because here we are making a long fucking video talking about this, but what do you think I'm going to tell you? Do you think I'm going to give you some kind of a life hack, some kind of a trick? Something that you can do, like eat a lemon every morning and you're going to have increased focus? Or smoke weed, there's no trick, there's no life hack. Everybody already knows the answer to this shit. The reason you can't focus is because you get distracted by some bullshit every single time you try to focus on something. Every time you start doing something, every time you have something to do, you get distracted by some bullshit. That's a decision. That's your choice to do that. It's your choice to allow yourself to get distracted by something. And you guys are asking me this as if there's some kind of a simple life hack that you can apply, something that you can do to just fix everything. And it's the same thing with anything else. How do you get fit? How do you get in good shape? How do you lose weight? How do you get a girlfriend? How do you make friends? How do you learn to talk to people? How do you anything? You guys want to talk about these things as if there's some kind of easy way to do, but everybody already knows. You get in good shape by working out, by fixing your diet. You can make friends by talking to people and becoming a more interesting person. That's what you need to do. There's no way around it. It's pretty intuitive. If you just think about it for a minute, you're going to figure it out. I'm going to talk to you about some other things about life that are probably going to help you understand why you can't focus, and hopefully I'm going to inspire somebody and put you on the right path in some ways, okay? Because I'm going to tell you exactly why you can't focus. I'm going to break this shit down, because apparently it's not obvious to some people why you can't focus and why you're not getting anywhere in life, okay? So let's we're going to find the root of this problem, okay? We're going to find the root. That's the only way you can fix something, okay? You know when you go to the doctor and you got a problem, you got anxiety, you got depression, which we're also going to talk about, by the way, because that's some bullshit. You got depression, you got anxiety, and the doctor's like, oh yeah, okay, here's some medication, here's a pill you can take when you have anxiety, and it's going to fix all your problems. This is going to make the anxiety go away, perhaps, but it's not going to fix the root of the problem, okay? It's not going to fix the root cause. You're not going to actually solve this problem. You know what I mean? I have to move my camera around a little bit, because I like to be able to look at my camera. I like to look at myself when I'm talking to a camera, because then it feels like I'm having a conversation with somebody, right? I can't just look at a screen and have a camera looking at me. I need to have somebody in front of me. It makes it a lot easier. So I just put my camera down here in the corner. So when I look at my own a video of myself, it looks to the camera like I'm looking directly at you, which everybody's winning in this situation. Anyway, guys, you go to the doctor and tell him you got anxiety, you got depression, you got whatever your fucking problem is. You're fat, and he gives you a pill, a fat burner, right? Okay, maybe it's a life hack, but this is not the cause of the problem. There is something causing this problem, and that's what you have to fix. You have to make the actual problem. You have to find out what is causing the problem, and you have to change that. So you're doing something wrong because you're doing something that brought you into this situation, which is unfavorable, okay? Whether it's you have depression, or you can't focus, or you don't have any friends, or you're fat, or you're ugly, or you're boring, or you have bad relationships with people, or whatever, right? Whatever your problem could be. You have an addiction, I don't know, whatever, you name it, right? You have sleep problems, whatever, right? There's no easy hack to make this shit go away. It's hard. This is why people have these kind of problems, because it's hard. It's hard to do. But anyway, you guys wanted to know how to not lose focus when you're doing something. So I'm going to explain to you the root of this particular problem, okay? I always go off track too much. I wanted to do this video on live stream, but I figured I don't want to have anybody arguing with me. I don't want to have anybody telling me, no, Arijan, it's like this, it's like that. No, this is just me talking, okay? So I just figured I'm going to make it on video. I also don't have time for a 3-hour stream. I just want to just sit here and do things on my own terms today, all right? But people can't focus, and I'm thinking that people are telling me this in terms of their 3D modeling. We're talking about this shit on Discord. If you're not on Discord, you better join that Discord. They're telling me, yeah, probably it's something like I'm 3D modeling and I can't focus. I lose focus for whatever fucking reason. I get distracted, okay? Well, the reason that you get distracted, let me put it this way. Let me break down this situation. Okay, let's say you sit down, you gotta do something. Okay, you're about to make a tank. You want to make a tank in Blender. You want to learn how to use Blender. So you sit down, you make a tank. 5 minutes in, you just decide to go on YouTube. 10 minutes later, you open up Pornhub, or you open up a video game, or your buddy texts you, and now you're talking about the new keyboard that you ordered last week or some bullshit, right? The reason that this happens is because every time something approaches your mind, which is normal, by the way, every time you're doing something, your mind is active, your mind is producing thoughts at all times, okay? This is a normal fucking thing. When I'm modeling, my mind is constantly on fire. You know how much fucking coffee I drink, guys? I drink like fucking 7-8 coffees per day. Can you imagine what goes on in my mind? You know how many thoughts assault my mind at every single point? I have about 100 times more thoughts entering my brain than the average person who doesn't drink 8 coffees per day, okay? Yet I can somehow focus on fucking 3D modeling. How is that? And when I focus, I wrote 3 books, 400 fucking pages. I make a bunch of videos all the time. I work all the time, okay? And I don't let distractions get in the way of this, okay? I'm working from when I wake up until I go to sleep. I'm doing something productive. I'm concentrating on something. And I make sure distractions don't get in the way of what I'm doing, okay? I never let this shit happen. Here's what happens. You're working on something, and now you get a thought. When did the First Crusade begin? What is the difference between the Republican or the Democrat parties in the United States of America? Maybe you're into history like I am, right? Who was Oppenheimer? The Manhattan Project? What? You're just getting these thoughts. This is what happens to me. I'm working. I'm getting random, or maybe this is got a fucking email or something happened on my phone or some bullshit, right? Or maybe I hear a conversation between my roommates and it's interesting and I start thinking about it. Something happens, or maybe you get a notification on your computer, or maybe you just think about that random scene from The Godfather that you saw 3 years ago and you're like, that's a pretty cool scene, I want to go watch it, right? And every time you get this, you get tempted to do something else, to get distracted and to go do whatever it is. Maybe you want to Google the First Crusade, or maybe you want to go talk to your roommates, or maybe you're going to look up Sonny gets shot in The Godfather or some shit like that, right? So you get distracted. You give in to this temptation, you know, because it seems like there's going to be a certain reward. Like if you see this scene, yeah, you're going to get a reward. It's going to feel great. You're going to get a little bit of dopamine from watching that scene. I can see I'm getting a little bit of camera lag over here again. Some bullshit I set up. Every single day I try to record a video, I tweak these settings around a little bit to see if it's going to work. And then I test it for 10 minutes of recording. And it works fine. And then as soon as I got to record the actual video, the lag comes back. So yeah, nothing we can do. We already talked about this before anyway. Forget it. Look at the screen. Look at the pictures. Look at the left side of the screen. Don't bother looking at the camera. Anyway. So you're working on a fucking tank, okay? And now you thought about the scene from the movie, or your phone got a notification. And you just decided, this might be fun. This might be great. Let's go look at that fucking scene. Let's go check the notification, okay? You decided to give in to this temptation. You were not strong enough to resist it. You know what the right decision is. I don't have to tell you that the right decision is, okay, put that phone away, forget about the scene, just keep working. You know that's the right decision to make. But you made the decision to give in to the distraction. That is your choice. You have to take responsibility. Okay, you got ADHD. Maybe you're diagnosed. You got something going on in your head. Okay, whatever. I believe you. You can have all that. Okay, that sucks. But you still got to fix that problem. Nobody can solve that problem for you. I can't solve that problem for you. This is a problem that you have. The only way that this problem is going to go away is if you take care of yourself. So you have to find why you have this problem, and you have to make it go away. And I'm going to tell you how you can make it go away. I'm not going to make it go away. I can't do that. I'm going to show you how you can make this problem go away. Okay? So you simply gave in to your temptation. You gave in to the temptation to fall for whatever distraction you came across, right? It's kind of like, okay, we're not going to talk about lifting just yet, but you better believe I'm going to throw this in later, okay? The reason that you gave in to the temptation is because your mind was not able to push it back, okay? Your mind was not strong enough to refuse to choose the difficult path. The difficult path is to just stay focused and refuse all this temptation and refuse all this pleasure of distraction, okay? This is very tempting, and your mind was too weak to hold it back. So So you gave in. You decided, okay, fuck it, I'll make the bad decision. You were too weak. You were too vulnerable for this temptation. Okay. And this is exactly what the problem is. Your mind is weak. You have no discipline. You have no self-control. Okay. This is the exact problem. This is the reason why you make bad decisions. This is the reason why you give in to temptation. This is the reason why you give in to distractions. This is why you can't focus. Okay. This is the root cause. The root cause is that you do not have any mental toughness. You do not have any discipline. Okay. You're not ready. You're not a mature human being because you do not have full control over your mind. Okay. This is the root of the problem. This is why you can't concentrate on things. Okay. Do you find it offensive if I talk to you like this, by the way? Does this offend you? Because you can just click away on this video, because I'm not here to try to not offend anybody. I'm here to tell you how it is, okay? I wouldn't be making this video if I wanted to hurt somebody. I'm here to help you solve this problem. So if this is offensive to you, then don't even bother. You're never going to understand any... if you can't handle somebody telling you the truth and somebody trying to explain to you how to solve a problem, you're never going to be able to fix anything. So don't even bother. You can just give up right now, okay? Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? Your mind being very weak and you not being a mature human being, okay? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you had a workout? When was the last time you went for a run? When was the last time you did a couple of push-ups? When was the last time you did anything challenging that you didn't have to do? Okay, that's very important. When was the last time you decided, I am going to do something that I don't feel like doing, but I know I should do it, so I'm going to do it anyway? When was the last time you had something like this? Okay? The easiest example for this that I can give you is to work out, okay? When was the last time? Do you have any sort of routine for taking care of your health, for taking care of your body? Do you have anything? Do you do anything like this? The answer is probably no, okay? For most of you guys, at least, okay? I know some of you guys are grinding out here. I know some of you guys are serious. You're all about it. You're not fucking around. And respect to those guys. But I think most of you guys probably don't have any kind of routine for working out. You don't have anything in your life which you do to exercise your discipline, to exercise your mental toughness, right? For a lack of a better word, right? So this is the problem. This is the root problem, okay? The problem is that you do not have discipline. You do not have full control over your mind. So now, if you want to fix this problem, if you want to be able to concentrate on something better, you have to become more mentally tough. You have to become more disciplined, okay? That's what you have to do. Luckily, I'm also going to explain to you how you can do this. I'm going to tell you how you can become mentally tough and how you can build some discipline, okay? So I'm going to explain you something about your life, which is probably the reason why you don't have any discipline. And I'm going to explain to you something about some other people's lives and explain to you why they do have discipline and why their lives are really fucking incredible and why you can learn a lot from some people. And what are some traits that build discipline and that allow you to do with your life and allow you to gain control over your life and do with your life what you want to do with it, as opposed to just having a fucking messy life, okay? So I'm going to teach you this. This is going to carry over to many other areas of your life, okay? Let's talk about the picture a little bit, okay? If you notice, there's a left side and there's a right side. There's a clear difference between the left side and the right side, okay? So let me ask you something. Does your life look more like what's on the left side, or does it look more like what's on the right side? That's what I want to know. That's what I want you to tell me. Don't tell me. I don't care. But just think about it for a minute, okay? So just think about it. Look at what's going on the right side, and look at what's going on the left side. And just observe. Just observe some things about. Probably you don't know who these people are, but anyway, just look at the dumbbells and look at the nuclear family. Look at the well-dressed man. Look at the business people. Look at the successful people. Look at Jesus Christ on top. Okay. Which of this resonates with you more? The left side or the right side? The right side where you got your fucking TikTok, you got your fast food, you got your drugs, you're fat, you're looking at fucking mainstream media news, you're playing video games all day, you're just getting angry over some ideologies that you don't even understand yourself. Which of these looks more like your life? I need you to think about this for a minute, okay? And if you think about it for a minute, you're probably going to understand. Okay, my life looks more like one side. So this probably explains why I have no discipline and why I have no mental maturity and why I can't control my own mind. Because my life is a fucking wreck and I have no control over my life, okay? As opposed to maybe you have full control over your life and maybe you're actually focused on what you're doing, maybe actually taking care of what's going on in your life. Okay, anyway, that's a different story. So now we figured out that you don't have any discipline. You're fucking lazy. You don't have control over your mind. You gotta take that. You gotta get that shit under control. Okay. And it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. It's simple, but it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard. That's the whole point. It's gonna be hard because you have to gain the ability to do hard things willingly. Okay. And you have to find a way to practice that. Okay. So let me tell you something. Do you think it's easy? Do you think it's easy? Let's not put it that way. Let me phrase it like this, okay? Let's say every morning when you wake up, you roll up out of your bed and you just start doing push-ups, okay? The first thing you do, you don't check your phone. Don't check your fucking phone. You don't go on the computer and play a round of Counter-Strike, okay? You don't drink a coffee or eat some cake or some bullshit, right? You don't check TikTok, check your email, none of that shit. You roll out of bed. Maybe you drink some water, maybe you go pee, and then you just go straight to doing push-ups, okay? What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. No one wants to do this shit. It's not nice to do this. It doesn't feel good. It hurts. Your muscles are hurting. It's effort. You're tired. You don't want to fucking... You know what I'm talking about? This is hard to do, okay? But if you can't even push yourself to get out of bed and just tell your body to do something physical, how you can't even control your mind either. Because control your mind is arguably harder to do because your mind is a much more intricate thing than your body. Your mind is a lot more complex than your body. What's your body? You got fucking arms and legs. You can move them around. You can use your face. Okay, you know. There's only like 256 muscles for you to control, okay? The mind is, I don't want to say infinitely complex, but it's a lot more complex than the body, okay? So if you can't even control your body, you can definitely not control your fucking mind, okay? So there's your problem, okay? How about you just decide to take up on a task which is going to make you a little bit more disciplined? How about you try to do that? You know what you have to do. How about you just decide? This is what I did this year, okay? Now, I've been working out for like 8 years. I've been going to the gym regularly. This is just in my routine. Probably this is going to be part of my life until the day that I die. I never want to change this. This is so deeply instilled in me that I'm never going to change this. But how about you just decide, like I decided at the beginning of this year, how about, why wouldn't I do 100 push-ups every single day when I wake up? For no reason, just to do them. It doesn't take me any time. 100 push-ups for me is 3 minutes. 3 minutes of work. I do 2 sets of 50, no problem. Why wouldn't I do this? It doesn't take me any time. It's good for you. It just builds a little bit of discipline. You don't have to do 100 push-ups. Well, you can do 5, you can do 10, you can do 1 5 times, okay? If you can't do push-ups, why don't you do some squats? You can do squats. Why don't you every single morning invest 1 minute of your fucking time and do a couple of squats? Just get your heart rate up. Why don't you do this? It's not that fucking hard. Is it really that fucking hard that you can't do this? Are you that weak? Think about it. Do you want to be the person who can't convince themselves to do something good for yourself? Think about this for a minute, okay? Find something to do to build your discipline, okay? And just look at your life, man. What do you do when you throughout your day? Do you just look at TikTok all day? Do you play video games all day? Do you go to Pornhub and crank one out every now and again? Is that what you do? Is your diet? Check your diet, guys. How's your diet looking? Does your diet look like this? You got fucking donuts and shitty food, burgers, desserts, all this fucking garbage, processed foods and sugars and all this horrible shit that you're putting in your body. Is that what your diet looks like? What do you eat for breakfast? What do you eat for lunch? Do you even think about it, or do you just take something, whatever you feel like eating, you just eat that? Do you have any control over what your body consumes? Or does your body dictate what you consume? Do you decide what you do with your life, or does your body's impulse decide what happens in your life, okay? So you got depression and anxiety now, okay? That's a typical excuse I'll hear. I'm depressed, I got anxiety, okay? And then you go to a therapist, you go to a doctor, you're on pills. I got depression, that's why I can't work out. I got anxiety, that's why I can't talk to people, okay? Why do you think you have depression or anxiety? Do you think it just appeared? Do you think it's just a disease that you're born with? Do you think it's a virus that you picked up? Do you think that... Why do you think you have depression or anxiety? Have you ever thought about this for a moment? Why do you think... Where do you think this comes from? Do you think that it just magically appears to some people who are unlucky and now your life is fucked? Or do you think it's more likely that something is happening, something is wrong with your life, and therefore your mental state is really bad, okay? The same way, look, if I eat shitty food, I play video games all day, and I'm smoking fucking weed, and I'm looking at TikTok and pornos all fucking day long, what do you think my body's gonna look like? My body is going to adjust to this lifestyle. My body is going to adapt to what I'm putting it through. If I'm just being a lazy asshole all day, looking at TikToks and not doing anything, not working out, just eating like shit, my body's gonna look horrible. I'm gonna be fat as fuck, or I'll just be horribly skinny fat, or I'll just look like an asshole, be pale. I'll just look like a fucking punk, okay? This is what's gonna happen if you put your body through this type of circumstance. Whereas if I'm over here lifting fucking weights every single day. I'm over here working out. I'm over here, putting my body through something good. I'm over here eating clean foods. I'm eating meat. I'm eating protein. I'm not eating processed foods. I'm not eating sugars. I'm not doing fucking drugs. I'm not drinking myself to death 5 times a week. Okay? I take care of my diet. I take care of my exercise. I try to take care of my body, make sure my body is strong and healthy and fit. My body is going to adapt to that. Okay, my body is going to grow muscles. It's going to burn fat. It's going to be very healthy. It's going to be very beautiful, and I'm going to have a great fucking time having a physical body. Okay. Whereas if your body's horrible, you fucked up your body. You don't even want to be part of it. You just play video games all day to escape real life because you can't accept who you really are and what your real life is like. You look down here, you see a big fucking gut. You see skinny ass arms. You look at your skin's all white. You're like, man, I don't want to do this shit. I can play a video game, and now I'm a bad motherfucker with a rifle shooting people, and I'm the baddest. I'm the Doomslayer. I'm the coolest son of a bitch. I'll just play the video game. If your life sucks, you're just going to try to escape it through drugs, through distractions, through some bullshit, arguing with people over some dumb shit that you don't even understand yourself. Okay? So the same way that what you do with your life, what you eat, what your exercise is like, what you put your body through, the same way that this dictates what your body looks like, what you put your mind through dictates how your mind looks. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So your diet and your exercise determines what your body looks like, and your mental processes, your thoughts, the things you do with your mind on a daily basis, they determine what your mind is like. They determine what your mind looks like, okay? If you exercise your mind, if you train your mind to be powerful and strong, your mind is going to be like a muscular, fit athlete body. It can handle a lot of stress. It's very strong. It's very powerful. It can fuck you up. It is very powerful. You can do anything you want. I can pick up 200 kilos because I trained to pick up 200 fucking kilos. I can focus on something for 2 hours with no distractions because I trained my mind to focus on something for 2 hours with no distractions. My mind is tough. My mind is built like a muscle, okay? My mind is trained to be able to do this, okay? So the same way you gotta train your body for your body to become fit, you have to train your mind, okay? So get off TikTok. Get off... That's the low attention span problem as well. It's coming with our generation, okay? We're not gonna even talk about this. I think everybody already knows what the problem is, but video games are essentially the same problem. Browsing through fucking news and browsing through any kind of media is essentially the same problem. Chatting with people on social media is the same fucking problem, okay? Sort your fucking habits out. That's why you can't focus on nothing. That's why we were talking about depression and anxiety, okay? Why do you got depression? Well, look at your life. How's your life looking? What happened to you? What is going on in your life? Do you have depression because there's actually a reason for you to get depressed? Like, for example, your family members died or got shot, or because you have a terminal disease and you're really scared and your life is miserable? Or do you have a reason to be depressed, or is it just because you look at your body and your body's all fucked? You don't have any friends, nobody likes you because you're a piece of shit. You're boring and you're a hateful, negative, miserable asshole. And you have no interesting stories to tell to people. Nobody can learn anything from you. You can't learn anything from... The reason that you're depressed, is it something that happened to you that you can't control? Like, for example, your family get blown up by a fucking shell? Or is it something that you've done to yourself? You put yourself in a position where your body looks like shit. You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you because you don't have any personality, because you didn't build anything in your life. Which is more likely? More likely it's not something that happened to you, okay? This is the problem for most people. And now you got depression that you brought upon yourself, okay? And now you just use this perpetually as an excuse. I can't go to the gym because I have depression. Now that's a decision. Why don't you try thinking about, I've got depression because I don't go to the gym, because my body looks horrible, because my mind is all fucked. I'm not having a good time in life. because everything in my life is completely fucked. I have no control over what's going on. I'm not enjoying myself. I don't have any real friends. I can't have any real interesting conversation with interesting people who I look up to. Are you surrounded by people who you look up to? Are you surrounded by positive people? Did you surround yourself with positive people? Or do you just hang out with whoever happens to be there just because you get along on some video game or some bullshit? Is this actually a person you want to influence you? Do you have any control over this? You have anxiety, perhaps. You have anxiety. You're scared to talk to people. Why are you scared to talk to people? Why do you have anxiety? Because you're lying in bed. You're lying in bed and you're stressed out. I know what anxiety feels like. I know what depression feels like. Everybody's been through this type of shit, okay? You're not special. Everybody's been through this shit, okay? Do you have anxiety because you look at yourself and you feel genuinely ashamed of who you are? Maybe that's the reason. When was the last time you used all this energy that you have for something good? You know how much energy your body and your mind produces? You know how much energy they have stored inside, okay? You have all this energy and you wake up with this energy. What do you do with this energy? Okay? Do you do anything? Do you work out? Do you exercise your mind? Do you actually try to use this energy that you have for something good? Or do you just eat shitty fucking food, watch TikToks, play video games, and just waste your life away? Okay? Do you do this or do you do the first? Okay? Think about that for a minute. And if you don't do anything good with your energy, now you have all this energy inside you. And you're sitting on your bed and you're looking at the ceiling. And you have all this energy. And now you're stressing. Now you're tense. Now you can't fucking breathe. Let me tell you something. Most of you guys don't know this because you never even went through a really difficult workout. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you one of the reasons why people who work out choose to work out, like myself and some other people as well. Got to get this Windows shit off my camera, okay? There is a feeling that you get. So imagine this. You're all familiar with what alcohol feels like, what drugs feel like. You consume some alcohol, you consume a drug, and you just feel incredible. You feel relaxed, you feel at peace, your mind is not bothering you. Everything is great, life is beautiful, you're happy, you're excited, you're cheerful, you have an easier time talking to people. It's like an instant way to make yourself feel better, okay? You can do this by working out. And I know this probably sounds crazy to some of you people who never work out, but this is true, okay? If you have a very intense workout session, you go to the gym, you lift, maybe you go boxing, maybe you went running for I don't know how many kilometers, maybe you're swimming. You put your body through so much stress that you don't have any more energy. Your body's fucking exhausted, okay? You're completely finished. You went really hard on a workout, you're sweating, you have nothing, you're breathing heavy, your heart's been pumping for the past half an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. You have no more energy. You finish the workout. You wipe yourself up. You take your shirt off, you look in the mirror, and you just sit there. You're looking at yourself now that you calm down a little bit. It's the most beautiful feeling in the fucking world. There is no drug that can give you this kind of feeling. You don't have any energy to think. Your mind is clear, your mind is empty. You're just sitting there, you can look at a wall, you're gonna have the best time of your life. You're sitting with your buddy, you're just looking at each other like, this was so fucking amazing, man. You get in the shower, that's the most beautiful shower you've ever had in your fucking life. You get in the mirror, you look in the mirror, you look at your fucking big ass shoulders are growing, you look at your striations on your chest, you look at your bicep pump. You're looking at this beautiful sculpture that you've created through your hard work ethic and hard discipline. It's a beautiful feeling. It makes you never want to do drugs again. Ever. Okay? Then you go home. Maybe you go home from the gym, maybe you drive home, maybe you take a bicycle or something, and you just feel the wind blowing on your face. You know that scene from Pulp Fiction when this guy shoots up fucking heroin and now he's just driving around? That's the scene you see, he's driving around and it's just cool as fuck. Look it up. Pulp Fiction heroin scene or something. John Travolta's rolling down the fucking street, wind blowing on his face, just chill out. This is exactly how I feel when I have a hard gym session and now I'm driving in a car or I'm cycling or something like that. It feels incredible, guys. You don't know how this feels. Your mind doesn't even know that this exists, okay? If you understand that you can feel this good just through having hard work ethic and good principles, you're not even going to be interested in any of this shit. Look, you feel good when you eat trash food. You feel good when you play video games. You feel good when you jerk off. You feel good when you give in to the negative aspects of life, when you give in to the temptations and to the easy way out, right? To the easy pleasures. I don't feel good. This makes me feel horrible. It makes me feel like a piece of shit. I don't consume sugar. When I do consume sugar, I feel sick. I don't like it. I programmed my brain to hate these things, so I stay away from them. If I jerk off, it's horrible. If I find myself browsing fucking TikTok or looking at porn for 3 hours, I feel horrible. This is what gives me anxiety. Because I realize, oh my god, the past 3 fucking hours of my life, I'll never get them back. I just spent them being a miserable piece of shit. I just spent them wasting them away, wasting my energy away. You know what I could have been doing? I could have been working out, feeling great right now. I could have been preparing some healthy food. I could have been structuring my workout. I could have been editing a video and teaching people something. I could have been doing something productive. I could have been having a conversation with my mother on the phone, with my father on the phone, with my family on the phone, and just calling up people that I love and talking to them about my day, asking about their day, discussing ideas, having good conversations, building relationships. You could have been doing anything else, but you spent this time wasting your fucking life. Is that really what life is about? Is that really going to make you happy? Like, are you surprised to find out that bad things, when you do bad things, they make you feel horrible about yourself? Are you surprised to learn this? Really? I think everybody intrinsically knows this. But people just, for some reason, for whatever reason, they choose to go the easy way. And at the end of the day, that reason most of the time is that you don't have any mental discipline. You don't have any control over your mind. You can't choose what you do. You can't force yourself to do something uncomfortable in order to get a better outcome at the end of the day. This is what civilization is built upon. Do you understand? Who do you think built the fucking roads that you drive on? Who do you think built the house over your head? Who do you think made the food? People did this because they did things that they don't feel like. Do you think anybody enjoys digging fucking canals? No, he did this shit because he had to. People go to war because they have to. They have no choice. You have to do this shit. You have to do shit that you don't want to do. You think I would rather edit a fucking video for 12 hours or just sit here 12 hours a day writing chapters and explaining shit? Do you think I wouldn't rather just do something fun, like drink in a bar with my friends or play video games? Do you think that's not easier? It's not easier, but when you do good things, you're actually contributing to society. You're building this world. We can't survive if we have people who only give into bad habits and they're completely useless with their time. This is what builds our fucking world. What do you think our world is going to look like if everybody's like you and they don't do anything productive with their fucking day? They don't do anything productive with their life. They just give in to bad habits all the time, and they don't even think about the greater good. They don't think about anything around them. You just give in to your fucking video games, forget about everything else. Well, what do you think our world would look like? Or you can just go down the path of, yeah, whatever, let people like Arijan with discipline take care of this shit. I'll just sit here and play video games. You can do that, but then don't expect me to look at you as somebody who has equal rights as myself. We're not the same. We're not the same because I chose to do something difficult, to do something productive, to help people, to help everybody progress, to help myself progress, to help my family progress, to help civilization progress. I chose to do something uncomfortable for the greater good. You chose to do something for your own pleasures and you said, fuck everybody else. I'm just going to indulge in my own pointless pleasures and be a fucking useless bastard, be a lazy scumbag, while everybody else is doing all the hard work. You can do that, but you're not the same as me. And don't expect me to take you seriously when you try to give me an argument. Don't expect me to take your opinions into consideration as much as I take my own needs and opinions into consideration. We're not the same, okay? People who are disciplined, they notice this type of shit, okay? You are what you attract. Look at the people around you. Look at your best friends. You're going to be like them. Are they all fucking lazy assholes who never work out? You're going to be the same. You're just going to play video games with them all day. I know because I've been there myself when I was a teen, okay? But there comes a time when you have to grow up, okay? For some of us it's earlier, for some of us it's later, but hopefully you're going to figure this shit out in time and you're going to decide, okay, look, I can't be hanging out with these people anymore. I want to hang out with people like Arijan. We're going to go to the gym together. We're going to work out together. We're going to talk about philosophy together. We're going to talk about history together. We're going to talk about science together. We're going to talk about teaching people. We're going to talk about family and friendship and honor. We're going to talk about all these good fucking things and have real good, interesting conversations. We're going to do something positive. We're going to do something good for the fucking world. We're not going to hang out with these scumbags who just indulge endlessly in their pleasures and they never do anything productive, okay? This is your choice. This is your decision. You make decisions. You have to train your mind to be able to have the right decision, okay? Remember this, guys.